Although originally inspired by tabletop games like Dungeons & Dragons, video game RPGs like the Elder Scrolls series have diverged significantly from their dice-rolling pen and paper roots. But what if we try to unceremoniously mash them back together again? Can you play Skyrim while still following all the rules of Dungeons & Dragons? Let's find out. Ahoy everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Nazir North and today we are playing Skyrim with a twist. What I'd like to try and do is create something that is as closely aligned as possible to the wizard class from Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition while restricting myself as much as I can to the rules of Dungeons & Dragons, even though we're playing a video game. Before we jump in, let's take a look at the rules of this challenge. I'm going to be trying to emulate the wizard class in Skyrim, so I can only do in the game what a wizard could normally do in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition according to the player's handbook. That means that I can't use any weapons or armour that I'm not proficient in according to the D&D rules. I'm not going to allow myself to use any kind of spell that doesn't have an equivalent in D&D on the wizard spell list, and that does mean no healing spells whatsoever because D&D wizards don't learn healing spells. And that also means no dragon shouts unless I can also equate the shouts effect with a real spell from D&D. I might need to make a small exception on that one just because of the dragon rend shout, which I think is needed to progress in the main story, so we'll worry about that one when we come to it. In terms of the spells that my wizard can use, I also have to follow the D&D rules for prepared spells. So each time I sleep in the game, I'll be choosing my spells for the day and add those to my favourites bar. And those spells on my favourites bar are going to be the only ones that I'm allowed to use for that day. I'm also not going to allow myself to use any spells that in a D&D setting I would be too low level to use. When it comes to magical items, I'm also going to follow the attunement rules from D&D. That means I can never equip more than 3 worn magical items at a time. And whenever I do want to equip one of my 3 items, I have to complete that as part of a sleep, as part of a long rest. And on the subject of sleep, as if this challenge wasn't already limiting enough, I'm also going to turn on survival mode, because just like in Dungeons & Dragons, I need to sleep and I need to eat. Gotta make sure I get those long 8-hour rests in every day. And lastly, I'm not going to allow myself to use any glitches or exploits, and I've only got 2 mods enabled, mainly for cosmetic purposes. I've got the Bandoliers mod, and that's exclusively so I can get that sort of book satchel that you can wear on your side. It doesn't have any mechanical effect, it's just a cosmetic item. And then the Heavy Weapons mod. Even though I'm going to be playing a wizard who's not really going to use weapons, this mod does add in weapon types like the quarterstaff, which we have in D&D, so hopefully I find one of those. When it comes to difficulty, Dungeons & Dragons is meant to be a party game. You're usually with 3 to 6 other players, so it should be really hard running around as a solo adventurer, just a wizard on their own. So to reflect that, I'm going to torture myself a little bit and crank it right the way up to Legendary. I might end up regretting this later on, but let's see how we do. Now that all of the rules are out the way, what should my actual goal be for this run? Well, I'm going to try and get to at least level 20 because that's the level cap in Dungeons & Dragons. I'm also going to see how far I can get in the Skyrim main plot, as killing a big bad evil dragon seems pretty true to a classic D&D story. Also, if I become a werewolf or a vampire, it's going to be game over, as those D&D conditions effectively turn you into an evil NPC, so you're not an adventurer anymore. I may also follow the College of Winterhold storyline. We'll see where we get to though. That one's sort of optional. Alright, let's get started. You've all seen the introduction probably a million times, so we'll skip through this part. Let's just adjust the difficulty so we can set that to Legendary right now. Well, the only races here that actually exist in D&D 5e are the High Elf, the Wood Elf and the Orc. But the High Elf definitely makes the most sense for this kind of run if we're going to play as a wizard. Plus their racial highborn ability sort of acts like the level 1 wizard feature, Arcane Recovery, so there's a good thematic fit there as well. I think this guy probably dumped his strength score, so he's probably not going to be particularly buff. Put all those points into intelligence. And you know what, let's go with the top knot and that well-trimmed beard. We'll give him a little bit of a hipster look. And now all that's left is to give him a nice strong wizardly name. Let's go with Gale. Alright, tutorial time, you guys know the drill, let's just blast through this part. Oh, excuse me, I'm just level 1, I don't think I can deal with an ancient black dragon just yet. If I can just squeeze past here, great. Right, in the tower, let's see what we can actually use here. Unfortunately, even though I've picked it up, I don't think I can actually use any of this armor. Wizards in D&D don't gain any armor proficiencies, but I can sell that later on. I can, however, use this sword. Even though wizards don't get proficiency with any swords, high elves in D&D get the high elf weapon training trait, which means I can use short swords, long swords, short bows, and long bows. Although I don't imagine I'll use any of those very much in this run. Let's take a look at my starting spells. Okay, so we have Flames, which is very, very similar to the Burning Hands level 1 spell in D&D, and we are level 1, which means we can use that. Great, good start. Now, we can't use any of those healing spells as a wizard, so we'll just have to ignore those. Now, Fury is probably most similar to the Crown of Madness spell in D&D, which is a level 2 wizard spell. And in D&D, we wouldn't have access to level 2 spell slots until we get to character level 3, so we'll have to just leave that one for now. So it looks like we're just Rags, Rusty Sword, and Flames for now. Let's get started. Oh, and Hadvar's going to try and reason with them. It looks like he's failed his persuasion check. Alright, fight in time. Let's see what we can do. Wow, these guys have a lot of health. This is going to be a little trickier than I thought. Okay, right, got him. Let's take this stuff to sell. Spear, can't use that. Shield, not proficient in shields either, so can't use that. These guys are actually so tough, the game is triggering that little kill cinematic animation before they're even dead. The game is actually overestimating the pitiful amount of damage that my spell does on this difficulty. Okay, let's grab all the food and salt from this room as well, as I know we'll need that for cooking later on. See, wizard committing lots of friendly fire, just like real D&D. Oh, this guy, I really like this guy's hood. Can I take him on? Oh, mistake, mistake, I surrender, I surrender. Now, I'm a wizard, so I wouldn't necessarily be proficient in lock-picking tools, so I don't think I can pick locks. I think we'll just have to leave that. Oh, although I think I can squeeze through and grab some of this stuff through the bars. Here we go, we'll just stretch. Good thing we made my guy nice and thin like a noodle. The Spark spell, I don't think that really aligns with a D&D spell. It's a little bit like Shocking Grasp, which is just a cantrip in D&D, but Sparks has got way too much range. I'm not going to use it. I can wear these cool robes though, however let's remember that would already be 2 out of my 3 total attuned magic items, and I actually can't equip them until I complete a long rest to attune to them, so it's back to just the rags for now. Longbow. I am proficient with longbows as a high elf, so might as well grab it. Wow, Hadvar is really pulling his weight here. I'm already terrified of what combat is going to be like without a meat shield up front. Spiders, Hadvar, do you want to go first, mate? Okay, the spiders actually weren't so bad, and we've got a level up. We definitely need more magic, and let's go with that destruction perk, as flames is pretty much all we can use at the moment. Although, saying destruction, I should probably call it evocation, if we're talking D&D terms. Alright, bear, dead. And ow, ow! I know we're playing on legendary, but I didn't expect to be damaged by inanimate bones. Okay, tutorial area done. Now we can go into the settings and actually turn on survival mode as well. So we are all ready to start the run proper. Oh, and of course I'm instantly over encumbered. Brilliant. Shouldn't have picked up all that armor. I am going to collect some alchemy ingredients on my way. I don't really know if I'm going to do much alchemy in this run, but it's always good as a money-making tool as well in Skyrim. Oh, and over-encumbered again. I guess that just must have been a really heavy mushroom. I'll just eat a bunch of these flowers that I found on the ground to get my weight back to a manageable level. Okay, we're at the Guardian Stones, which essentially, I think for this run, will really work like D&D backgrounds, so we'll go obviously with the Mage Stone, and we're not going to change it for the entire run, as you can't change your background in D&D, so we're going to pick the Mage and we will stick with it. Alright, we're in Riverwood. I did get chased by some bandits on the way here, but they got distracted with Hadvar, so I just sort of left him to sort it out. Ah, Feindal. We'll do his little quest later, as we could do with a pack meal. Thank you, Alvo. Yes, I will take absolutely everything you're willing to give me, including these iron bars, and everything from your house. And this seems like a good time to take a long rest, so we'll just sleep in the kids' bed. I don't think Alva will mind. Okay, I didn't plan this particularly well, as I've taken my long rest and I've woken up at midnight and all the shops are closed. I guess we'll just sleep some more, although that is going to drive my hunger bar down. At least I can go through the attunement process and wear my magical robes now, though. Let's see, to get that book thing from the Bandolier mod, I need 3 rolls of paper, a quill and an inkwell. I'm sure I can find those around. I do have quite a lot of those Creation Club sort of mini DLC things installed as well, which I think is where these backpacks come from. Those ones that have extra effects like increasing your stamina or your magic, I'd count those as magic items in regards to my attunement rule, so I'm not going to be using those. I think I will just use the basic backpack though that increases your carry capacity, because I will need that. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm also not going to make any of the functional items from the Bandolier mod, just that nice looking spellbook which I can sort of strap to my side. Oh, and camping supplies, that could be useful for a survival run. Even though I'm doing a bit of smithing here, we are on Legendary, so I'm going to need to be careful about leveling my non-combat skills. As enemies will level up with me, I need to focus really on my combat skills just to keep pace with them. Right, I can't see that I'll need wood for anything else. Perhaps I'll just sharpen my longbow and then sell the axe as it's pretty heavy. And sell the rest of my junk to Lucan. Oh, he does have a few spells though. Right, he's got Lesser Ward, which is functionally like the first level shield spell in D&D, so we could use that. He's also got the Oak Flesh spell. That whole chain of spells are essentially like Mage Armor from D&D, which is also first level, so we could use that. And then Frostbite is pretty much just the Ray of Frost spell, which is a cantrip, so we could use that one too. But the really interesting one here is Raise Zombie, which is very similar to the Animate Dead spell in D&D. Animate Dead is a 3rd level spell, so we're not going to be able to use that until we are character level 5. I'll take Oak Flesh and Raise Zombie for now though, even though I can't use it yet, and I think I'll get Frostbite too. Before we progress with the main story and attempt Bleak Falls Barrow, I think I need to test my metal on some basic bandits first to see where we stand. So let's head back to that mine that was just outside of Riverwood. Okay, that was really close, not a promising start at all. And of course I forgot that health doesn't regenerate on survival mode. I guess it's time to eat some wheels of cheese. Speaking of cheese, I think I'm really going to need to cheese these encounters until I get stronger, as I'm just like a piece of wet paper at the moment, your typical squishy D&D wizard. Okay, right, you guys just, you just stay right there. Yep. Well, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel right at all. I honestly don't think there's any other way I could have beaten them, though, in a straight fight, without just chugging potions back like Jaeger bombs. Okay, there is a bed there, though. Let's just have a little nap. Or should I say a short rest. So, I know that more guys are going to come when I pull this lever and the bridge comes down. I think I'm just going to need to rinse and repeat. Is this an exploit? I'm just going to say no. Just like in D&D, I'm using the terrain strategically to my advantage. Okay, it's a good thing that one dropped a key because I'm still a wizard and I can't pick locks. Right, a lot of guys in this room. I think I'm going to have to try and lure them backwards one at a time. Oh, and I'm dead. My first death. Okay, let's try that again. Yep, just ignore the corpses of your friends. Dead again. Right, 3rd time's the charm. It doesn't feel right, but I expect this is going to become a familiar sight on this run. Right, this guy is definitely going to be out of range of flames. Shall I just try the bow? I do have a longbow. Just need to be careful I don't accidentally become a stealth archer for the 400th time. Okay, now archers aren't so bad. You can just sort of dance around to avoid the arrows, and unless the kill animation prevents you from moving and doesn't even kill the target. Oh, that level up might have saved my life. Oh, wait, survival mode, forgot it doesn't just magically heal you in this mode when you level up. I need to find a bed. Right, good thing we have that sleeping bag back there. As you can probably tell by this point, I haven't actually played a lot of survival mode in Skyrim, so I don't know which foods are going to be the good ones. So I'm just going to take everything. Locked chest, I guess we'll have to leave that. And I'm not a dwarf, so I'm not going to be doing any mining in this run. Let's take that rest and level up. I think I'll go with health this time, as I've learned that I really need it. And I'll put a perk into illusion. As I'm now level 3, that would mean I've unlocked second level spell slots in DnD, so I can use Fury or Crown of Madness, as it would be in Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, back to Riverwood to sleep and stock up, then on to Bleak Falls Barrow. I'm learning pretty quickly that salt is going to be one of our most valuable items in this run, as you need it for basically every cooking recipe, I suppose like in real life. Okay, Bleak Falls Barrow, here we come. I've got Faendal now as well, after taking everything from his house and selling it. Although I have left him with the classic Skyrim helmet. I'm a little worried about friendly fire, but I really do need any combat support I can get at the moment. And as we're on survival, we are starting to suffer from the cold up here in the mountain, but as I can't wear any armour, even fur armour, we'll just have to manage for now. Okay, let's give Fury a test. I know in general destruction might seem like the way to go for a wizard, but in the long run I think it's going to be illusion and conjuration magic that's going to help us out the most. Perfect, yes, fight one another. Faendal, he's coming this way. Faendal! Let's take a torch out. I wonder if that'll help us with the cold. Oh, sorry, Faendal, more friendly fire. I mean, you can't blame me for that one. That is the cinematics' fault. At least we've got some better armour for you. You're probably a ranger, so you'd be proficient with medium armour and shields. And right, I just paused to have a look, and apparently there is no way to turn cinematic kills off without mods in Skyrim, so I guess we'll just have to cope with them. Ooh, an Amulet of Akatosh, that could be useful. I'll have to remember to attune to that next time we take a long rest. Along with my robes and hood, that'll bring me then to my 3 max of attuned items. Oh dear, death number 3. Let's try that again. This time I'll take the high ground. There we go, all sorted. It is freezing though, so let's get inside. Okay, those two taken care of. Whilst we're warming up by this campfire, I'm just going to test something out. Faendal, can you... Yes, it looks like I can give Faendal lockpicks and then command him to unlock things for me. I guess Faendal must have multiclassed and taken a level or 2 of Rogue. Alright, while we're here, let's take a little rest and level up to level 4. More magic and I think a point in conjuration this time, because pretty soon we'll be able to use Animate Dead or Raise Zombie, as it is in Skyrim. And we can also take this opportunity to attune to the Amulet of Akatosh we found earlier. Enemies on Legendary have so many hit points. This could take a while. It really is a good thing Faendal's here. Now, Fury isn't going to work on the undead in this next area, unfortunately. In D&D, undead are immune to charms, just like they are in Skyrim. So it's back to the good old reliable burning hands, or flames, for now. Oh, no, I forgot some of the zombies in here have spells. Death number 4. Maybe I can lure him back into the trap. Death 5. You know what? He's having a nap there. I'm just going to leave him be. The next adventurer to come into the dungeon can deal with that guy. Death 6. Looks like regular zombies can one-shot me as well. Great. Okay, I do have access to second level spell slots now, so it's time to upcast Burning Hands. Yes, take that. It does marginally more damage. Looks cool though. Couple of scrolls of fireball could be useful as long as I pass my arcana check, as I can't actually use 3rd level spells yet. Right, this guy, the Restless Draugr, is a tough one. Faendal, you are a hero. Get in there, do the work. This literally would not be possible without you. As you can probably imagine, the rest of Bleak Falls Barrow continued pretty much like this, with a lot of sending Faendal off blindly into danger, and a lot of running away and hiding. Or should I call it kiting, so it doesn't sound quite so cowardly. Oh, killed by swinging axes. Oh, and a miss. And the axes again. We're up to death 9 now. Eventually I got to the boss zombie in that final chamber, and he was actually not so tough. I even scouted out a few areas beforehand where I might be able to cheese him, but he actually just focused entirely on Faendal. Then I popped my highborn ability, or should I say arcane recovery, and just took him down with some good old-fashioned fire. Right, now it's just a short trip back to Riverwood. We can't fast travel, so we're going to have to walk. Maybe we'll take a quick stop off at Anice's cabin along the way to get some more loot. And she's killed me. Death 10. Okay, got her this time. Although I took all of Anice's stuff, I can't get into the basement because it's locked and she doesn't carry a key. And Faendal doesn't want to pick the lock for me because, you know, he's a nice law-abiding guy, so I guess we need to move on. I will sleep in her bed though. Faendal, you got a problem with that? Didn't think so. Murder, bed theft, absolutely fine. Opening a locked door? No way. Good to know where your morals lie, mate. Right, for leveling up, let's go with that dual cast for destruction. And now we can finally cast Raise Zombie or Animate Dead. Hello. Horse. And a dead bandit. Are you mine now? Is that how it works? I guess so. Oh well, maybe not. Bye, horse. Oh, okay, Faendal is absolutely fine picking the lock of Alvor's house while he's sleeping in there with his wife and child, but he won't pick the lock of a witch's basement? Make up your mind, Faendal! But also, thank you for opening the door. I'm sure Alvor won't mind if I just take a quick rest here next to his wife. And now that Lucan's got the claw back, he's perfectly happy for me to take almost all of his worldly belongings and then sell them back to him. Such a nice guy. And now that Lucan, Alvor and Faendal in Riverwood are all my friends, I basically have free access to half this village. And I know that there are beds there I can use to rest, so that's good. Right, to Whiterun. We'll just take a few detours along the way to take all the food from every single farm. I hope they don't mind. We passed the carriage guy. I expect we'll be using him a lot in this playthrough as we can't fast travel on survival mode. Lucan, is that you again? No, it's just one of the 4 male voice actors in this game being recycled. Right, I think there's a short quest we can do for this priest in the crypt. Let's do that. Oh, there he is, Lucan's voice again. I'm pretty sure this is also the guy who's Nick Valentine from Fallout 4. Seems to be all over the place. Right, couple of skeletons. Oh, I got a bit cocky there. They almost got me. I always wondered why there's this skeleton under the bridge to Dragon's Reach. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments if there's a story behind it or anything, I'm not sure. Alright, 20 gold reward for delivering a sword. That was 5 more than I got for clearing a haunted crypt, although still not very much. Now, as you probably already know, the crafting rules in D&D are lackluster, to say the least, but there's nothing here that prevents us from engaging in a little artifice, or enchanting as it's called in Skyrim. We'll just dismantle a couple of things for now, but maybe we'll come back to this later. Again, because we're on Legendary, we don't want to level up our crafting skills too much, because it'll mean the enemies are going to out-level us. Okay, I don't think I'm anywhere near strong enough to fight the dragon yet, but let's sleep first. I'm going to have to go to the inn, because I don't know of any other beds that I can use in Whiterun. Okay, now that we're here, I have no choice. I just need to let the guards and Faendal do pretty much all of the work. I can't get close enough to hit him with my spells, and if I get into melee, he's just going to one-shot me really easily. Okay, let's go back to the bow for a moment. And there we go. My contribution throughout was negligible, but I did get in there to steal that kill right at the end. And now I get the dragon soul. Perfect. Giant club. Where did you come from? Okay, back to Farengar. Let's see what he's got. Firebolt is pretty much the same as its D&D counterpart of the same name, so I could use that one. It's a cantrip, and I think we'll leave it there for now. Okay, next we've got a very long trip to High Hrothgar to visit the Greybeards. I sold my sword and a bunch of other junk in Whiterun. I can't really justify carrying that weight now that I've got some better spells. Now, is it quicker to take the carriage and walk from Riften, or backtrack through Helgen? You know what? I normally walk when I play Skyrim. I'm just going to try the carriage to Riften this time. See, again, this is what I mean by that flipping cinematic camera. I just hit that fox and he ran off and is perfectly fine, and now this wolf is nearly killing me. Okay, level 6, a bit more health, and now that we have Firebolt, we'll take the next destruction perk as well. Okay, well that doesn't look good. That doesn't look good at all. I'm just gonna avoid that. Okay, spiders. These guys weren't so bad earlier. Firebolt, not as effective as I thought it would be. Oh, no. Death 11. When did giant spiders get so strong? Death 12. Death 13. Well, it's not a good sign when you're putting your level up points into health, and then even with mage armor you go down with one hit to a basic spider. Okay, right, yes, this is how we do it. We get them to fight each other. Crown of Madness, or should I say Fury, this is the way to go. And I can also use Animate Dead. Yes, okay, finally. Redwater Den. What do I know about this place? I vaguely remember it being quite dangerous, but they must have a bed down there somewhere, and I could do with a nap.
Need something?
Oh, these people do not sound well. Ah, aha, a bed. I definitely need more health again, and I'm going to put this point into illusion. Could be useful. I should probably take these guys out. These aren't good people. Okay, let's raise this guy and make her fight her former drug pusher as a zombie. Remember, kids, don't do drugs. Okay, what's in here then? A master vampire? Seriously, I'm level 7. I don't think we can do this. Death 14. Well, Feindal now seems to be stuck in a death loop. There's no way I'm killing a vampire. Really? Maybe I can just sneak past. What? Something strange is going on here. I mean, I'd be a fool not to take advantage of it, though. Alright, vampire dead. That seemed extremely lucky. Another premature cinematic camera. There's probably a pill for that.
What do you need?
Feindal, can you check that for me real quick? Feindal, behind you! Well, that's certainly ominous. You know what? Let's head back to the bed to level up first. Can't sleep while enemies are nearby. Perfect. Let's just head outside maybe and try coming back in. Oh, I forgot about the doorman. Well, that doesn't look good. They're definitely here for me, aren't they? Back inside, I guess. Alright, more health and another illusion perk. Level 8. Let's go. I swear I spent half this game waiting for Feindal to catch up to me.
What do you need?
In you go. Ah, damn it! Right, death 15. I tried to close the door, but I was too slow. You know what? I'm going to bring this guy with me too. I can use Animate Dead on him up here, but he's just going to get stuck in the tunnel. Down you go. Whee! Feindal, you know the drill. Okay, I just can't get away from this dog. Death 16. Let's try that again. Okay, I'm closing the door. They don't seem to be smart enough to use the chain, which is good. I feel a bit bad for Feindal though, because I've left him in there on his own. I'm sure he'll be fine. I seem to have lost Feindal. Oh, no, he must still be in there, because I just saw one of those red dots die. Okay, let's raise this guy. Well done, dog. I wish I could keep you. And another vampire down. They're going to be calling me Gale the Vampire Slayer soon. This guy doesn't look too well. Let's raise him up, because that's what I do. 2 dogs locked in the cage. Let's just humanely deal with them. Wait, how did you get in? Oh no, he opened the door. I don't like the look of this. Okay, well that's not good. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Oh, the chain. Did I get him? Yeah. Okay, now what? I came the long way around! Clever dog. Dead again. Right, death number 17. Seriously, what am I doing in this place? I should just leave. I'm just too stubborn. I can't not finish a dungeon once I've gone in there. Right, Feindal looks like he's stuck in a death loop again. I'm not really sure how to approach this one. This one is an actual master vampire. I'm not even sure I can damage him quicker than he heals himself. Aha, right, I've trapped him with some door cheese. Now what? This could take a little while. Oh, he can reach me a little bit. And I've contracted vampirism. Better pop that cure disease potion now. It's the only one I've got though. I can't risk that again. Right, I think he's actually stuck. Here we go, I've got him. I said that Vampire Slayer thing earlier as a joke, but everything is coming up Gale. Another vampire down. That doesn't look comfortable. I think there must just be one of those dogs left, but he's weak, he won't be a problem. Said that too soon. Death 18. Another brilliant cinematic camera, thanks game. You can sleep in the coffins? That's pretty cool. I mean, I could use a nap. Whoa, that one was close. Oh! Well, that one was technically closer. Death 19. And death 20. What is going on here? Am I hitting these triggers or is Feindal hitting them? See, in D&D I would have already sent the rogue in to try and disarm the traps right now. 21. 22. Okay, I'm past the spikes. Oh, there's flames as well! 23. Okay, I'm through. Those traps might work well against whatever's next, though, if I can lure them through. I'm assuming it's going to be more vampires. Yep, what a surprise. Vampires it is. Thanks, cinematic camera, you've killed me again. Death 24. Well, that didn't go well. This guy just shoots straight through the door. He doesn't care about door etiquette at all, like the last guy did. I'm just going to slink back here to sleep and level up again. Right, let's go magic and alteration this time. Level 9. Oh, there are plenty of bodies here. Looks like we did it a lot better than I thought. I bet that named vampire is still around, though. Oh, run! No, wrong side! Ah. Oh, that was close. Is he still there? Yes. Dead again. Death 25. Why isn't the vampire triggering all of these traps? It's really frustrating. Death 26. Maybe I should just sneak past him. Is this the way? Maybe this is the way? A master locked door. Great. Feindal? Oh, no. Feindal, why can't you sneak? 27. Shall we try that again? Death 28. That time he just beat me into another dimension. Okay, alright, screw this. Just because I'm not proficient with lockpicking tools, I still have lockpicks. I can give it a go, I just can't add my proficiency bonus to the roll. Right, I'm through. Let's go, let's get out of here. Oh, not these guys again. What have I done? What have I done wrong? Right, run. Okay, I seem to have gotten away, although I'm a little worried about Feindal. I mean, it is my fault I left him there. He's carrying all of my good stuff. Maybe if I wait for an hour here, he'll appear. Oh, that's not fair. They just teleported to me, and Feindal's not even with them. Right, let's go. Right, let's loop back around and go inside. Let's see if we can find Feindal and get the hell out of here. Wait, is that footsteps? Ah, Feindal! He's here. Right, come on, let's just go. Let's go. Okay, back up the ladder. And no thugs this time. Amazing. Now that I seem to be relatively safe, I think that's where we're going to leave it for this one, guys. I got up to level 9, and I still want to progress with the main quest and reach High Hrothgar, but let me know in the comments, where should I go next? As time has gone on in this challenge, it's sort of become more heavily focused just on the general difficulty of Legendary plus Survival mode, and less focused on the D&D wizard restriction elements, but like I said, let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next in this run, and we'll pick up from there next time. If you've enjoyed this and want to see more videos like this, remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Cheers everyone, I'll see you next time.